I'm Big is an online talk show sharing what's working in a big way. It is about redefining what it means to be big. Hi everyone, and welcome to yet another absolutely sizzling episode of I Am Big.
Love that.
Today, as you can see in the background, we are in the Chicago International Film Festival office, sitting with Rebecca. And what's really exciting is this is right here in the screening room of the Chicago International Film Festival.
Yes.
But I just want to say one thing right now. It is amazing to be in the same environment which was started 50 years ago to celebrate films. And filmmakers, most importantly, which are human beings who believe in films, and audiences who are human beings as well, to help them connect with films and see the bigger picture. And we have Rebecca.
That's our new slogan. I love that.
Thank
That's
you.
Perfect.
Thank you. And Rebecca, I met her at the film festival in October at a premiere of our producer David's film, which was wonderful.
Yes.
And I just fell in love with you right there. I'm like, girl, I'm going to be your friend.
Well, and I remembered you from the audience asking questions and engaging with the filmmakers who were, and the cast, like speaking to the audience. So
Thank you.
I remembered you too.
But anyway, having said that, so tell us about, so Rebecca is the education program manager.
Correct.
I got that right, right?
did, perfect.
Basically what she does is takes beautiful films to the youth. So when did you fall in love with films? I'm assuming you love films.
I do. I love films. And I got my undergraduate degree in cinema studies. So,
Okay, great.
but I fell in love with film in growing up. I grew up in a small town in Iowa, and my family, my mom and my two older sisters were all pretty arty. We were like the arty, you know, kind of nerdy kids. But my mother really encouraged that. And so I watched a lot of films growing up.
What kind of films did you watch?
We have some favorites. Tootsie is a favorite film.
I love Tootsie!
I could quote it all if,
my
if
God,
I'm asked
yes.
to. You know, Indiana Jones, Lawrence of Arabia, these were all films that we watched as a family. And then as I got older and I was in high school, my friends and I really loved watching films. And we watched everything from really bad, like thrillers, to foreign films, anything we could get our hands on. But I did it, and I got my undergraduate degree
awesome.
in cinema studies. And it's amazing. I mean, film is so amazing, and I really loved that my degree helped me understand film and look at it critically and understand its relationship to audiences. So from a young age to then learning it in a more academic setting, film's always been a big part of my life.
And it's interesting that, I mean, obviously, this is a big, big film festival. So how did you get involved with Chicago International Film Festival?
Well, it is a big film festival, and it is actually the
And you are a VIP.
Oh, I'm very
You are a VIP.
And
You're watching a VIP,
VIPs,
everybody. Yes.
So it's actually the oldest competitive film festival in North America, which is very amazing. And as you said, we're now in our 50th year.
And a salute to the founder.
Yeah, Michael Kutza founded
Yes.
the festival when he was 24.
Thank you for your vision,
Yeah,
Michael, right there.
thanks,
I hope you're
Michael.
watching, but anyway.
And
yeah.
I mean, I think about what I was doing when I was 24, and it was nothing. So, you know, he was really making a cultural institution for Chicago when he was just in his 20s. But I got involved in the festival. I moved to Chicago for my graduate degree, which I got at Columbia College Chicago, and I wanted an internship at the festival. It was the biggest film festival that I had ever been around. So the moment I was in Chicago, I knew I wanted to be involved, and I just applied for an internship, and I got it. I was an intern to at the time, managing director, and it was a wonderful experience, even just on the internship level.
Absolutely. I
Seeing
mean, what an experience. What an
it was so
experience.
exciting, and I was an intern this summer before the festival, which takes place in October, and the hubbub and excitement of the films, and confirming films and releasing titles, and letting people know what we were seeing. And then about a year later, I was hired full-time as education program manager. So this past festival was my 7th festival, if you count my internship year,
Well,
which
I
I
do. I count it
which
too.
I do.
Yes.
So 7th
Yes.
festival, which is
Yes.
pretty incredible.
Wow. So with your role, what exactly do you do to kind of bring it to the youth, films to the youth?
Yeah. So a lot of times people ask me, they'll say, so the film festival's in October, so what do you do the 11 other months of the year? You just like hang out, right? And actually that's
As much as I know, you're working all the time.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So we are a year-round organization, and for my role as the education program manager, not only during the film festival, but year-round, we bring Chicago Public School students to the movies. And that's a program we've been doing for about 20 years, a little bit actually over 20 years now. And we we bus in CPS students from 6th grade to 8th grade, depending on the content of the film and what's appropriate.
Absolutely.
And we show them films that they would never otherwise have the opportunity to see. So foreign films, documentaries, locally produced films, locally made films. And after those screenings, we have a discussion. So when it's during the festival, it's wonderful because the filmmakers are here, and the students get to immediately talk to the director or the cast.
Which is huge. Right
yeah,
there.
which is a huge, huge moment for them.
Here, look, growing up in India, as a teenager, there was a lot of struggle for me, whether it was weight, whether it was my sexuality and all of that. And I wish there were more initiatives like yours and people like you would bring inspiring things to us to kind of, or to the rest part of the world. Because I was talking to you, said you were doing it in Chicago.
Yes.
I wish there was more things like that, because you never know what impact medium, films or television can have in people's lives.
Right.
And they...
Well, and I think that any struggle that someone's experiencing, there's maybe a film that answers to that struggle. And we live in Chicago, and we know that there's a lot of conflict out there in our city, in all towns and all cities. But Chicago public school students, in life, absolutely, no matter where you are. And Chicago public school students have a lot of difficulties. Just being a teenager is hard. Being a teenager in a big city is hard. And being a teenager in Chicago, there's a lot going on with the schools, and there's a lot going on with the economy. So the films that we show them, they may not deal with specifically the economy, but maybe they deal with a family struggling to put food on the table. And a student might react to that and say, that's something that is very much like my story, even if the film's a French film.
So everybody, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with lovely Rebecca to learn more. No human being deserves to be told that they are small, because that ain't the truth. After being told that I was too fat to do anything and I will not make it, I made it, and I made it big, both professionally and personally. Now it's time to do something bigger, and I'm going to do it with you. I know I am big, and so are you. I Am Big is an online talk show sharing what's working in a big way. It is about redefining what it means to be big, to dream big, to act big, to grow big, and to share big. Because big goes way beyond size. Big is who we are and how we live. We are traveling around Chicagoland and beyond to bring you stories of everyday people doing big things. Join our movement today on iambig.com and share with us on Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. Sending you a hug from Chicago. Everybody, welcome back. We are here with the lovely Rebecca. I'm going to be talking more about the Chicago International Film Festival and her work.
So we've had a lot of really good responses. There'll be a moment either during the film or during the discussion afterwards where I'll see a student really engaging, really with their hand up, and they have a question.
And you know something just happened. You just know it.
And you know. Or we showed a documentary made here in Chicago called Louder Than a Bomb about the Young Chicago Author Poetry Slam for teens. And when the students left, like a 7th grader jumped up and high-fived me and was like, "Poetry's awesome!" And
makes it all worth
that's
it.
Great. And then we'll have something way more intense, where a teacher emailed me once and we showed a film about immigration. It was a fiction film, a feature film about immigration, and the teacher said that she had a student, a young boy from Ethiopia who had just immigrated to the U.S. And so after the film, when they got back on the bus and they went to their classroom, they actually let him kind of lead the discussion and talk about his experience immigrating to the U.S. and now living in Chicago. So it's like, from a high five to like changing maybe a whole classroom's perspective on another student. It can be very rewarding in a lot of different ways. So I'm always looking for those little ways that it's rewarding and those big ways where we're really impacting students. So.
And and congratulations, by the way. Congratulations on the work you're doing, because I really feel very strongly that what a rewarding experience for the director and the whole team, because I don't know how you make a film. I don't know where you start to make a film. I don't know how you just put it all together, knowing that all you have is a desire to bring great work out. Absolutely. And whatever your work is.
Yeah, and the film festival has always been very proud to be a director's festival and an audience festival.
That's awesome.
And connecting those.
And I saw that because I remember in the Girls of Liberty Street premiere, and you were there moderating the whole thing, and it was what I loved about you was you were not in a rush, like, okay, let's get them going now and let's get the next one in with the popcorn. You were really trying to make sure that the directors got the feedback they needed, the audience got the answers they needed, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Can I have, I want to give you something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something to you right now. And it just came into my heart and I have to say it. Well, you're big, as you know, and I hope you know, because you're doing big work, because you're helping people see big vision.
Thank you.
And I think at the end of it all, I think, as you said, you know, human beings, teenagers, we all struggle. And having examples through work filmmakers are doing and having film festivals, and what I love about the film festival is just not the festival, like going beyond and reaching out and sharing that you are not alone, that there are other people who might have gone through it, is beautiful. That's what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
That's what we're doing. I wish I had met you when I was younger.
Well, could have shown you a film that would have like expanded your horizons.
I think I would still be on this side of the fence, but you're just amazing.
Thank you so much.
You know, thank you so much. Thank you for coming for I'm Big.
And really appreciating that connection.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So check out I'mBig.com to get more information on lovely Rebecca and her work with the Chicago International Film Festival, and also to get in touch with the Chicago International Film Festival. And I'm telling you, make a trip to Chicago because it's worth it.
Absolutely.
You're going to love it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, afternoon, whenever you're watching it. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you.